Good afternoon. We're going to do our weekly meeting highlight, and today it's Meet Fit Points 2.0. I'll be honest with you, I was really bored at the meeting today. I didn't even take notes. It's just I was tired because last night, Jim and I went to Greenfield Village, which is a historical village that's by us. It's like a museum, and we did a lot of walking. And I just, when I got up this morning, I didn't want to go to my meeting. I knew I was going to have a gain, and that's not even why I didn't want to go to the meeting. I just wanted to stay in bed. I was tired. There was a lot of walking. And I ate late. We ate dinner late. When I woke up this morning, I know it sounds like I'm making excuses, but trust me, I knew that I was going to have a gain. I knew I was going to have at least a ½ pound gain. I knew that. I wasn't the worst I could have been, but I wasn't the best I could have been either. So I had no delusions in thinking that I was going to have a weight loss this week. I knew I wasn't going to have a weight loss. I knew that I was going to have a gain just for the mere fact that we ate very late last night. I don't think we ate till about 8:30 last night at the restaurant in the village. And then there wasn't much options to choose from. There really wasn't. I had macaroni and cheese and a can of Pepsi, because hot dogs were the big thing, hot dogs. And then they had like this roast beef sandwich that was huge. It was just absolutely huge. And it just looked so messy. And, it's like, it's one of the, we found a place to sit, which really wasn't a restaurant, but we have a place to sit down. It was kind of like a grab and go type of thing. And so I knew that I was going to have the gain from that. I knew that I had the excess sodium from eating out and all the walking. So I knew I was going to have a gain. All that's leading up to the fact, guess what? You guessed it. I had a gain. I gained 2.9. So now I weigh 235.6. But you know what? I've got this. I've got this. And my other thing is good vibes only. I am going to start off my day-to-day, and I'm going to do well, because I feel bad that I had a gain, but I know that's not a true almost 3 pound gain. I know it's not a true gain. ½ pound maybe, but not 3 pounds, or 2.9, but 3 points, 3 pounds, whatever. So anyway, they talked about Meet Fitbits 2.0. It just, like I said, I was just tired, and they were doing all these math equations on how you can figure this out and figure that out and figure out your weight and figure out your height and figure out your age. And I probably could have took pictures of the charts and stuff like that, but sorry, I just didn't do it. It just, it was a meeting. I'm thinking, I knew I was going to gain, and that bed looked so welcoming. Why didn't I just stay home in bed? Although I knew that it was going to be about this, because I watch other people's videos, and so I knew that this was going to be about the fit points. But anyway, it tells you, what was the quote that she used? Love what you do and do what you love. Oh, that was it. Love what you do and do what you love. You got to love what you're doing. And I love walking, and I don't know why I'm not walking lately. I just really don't know. I can't put my finger on why I'm not walking. But what they tell you is that all physical activity is good for your health and managing your weight. That's like a duh. Everybody knows that. Being told that and doing it are two different things. Like your mother said, don't do as I say, do it. Don't do as I do as I say. But it only makes sense that strength training and higher intensity activities pay off more than just, like a stroll, like a slow stroll walk. You're not going to get as much out of that stroll. You're going to get more out of taking a slow stroll walk than just sitting on the couch. But if you take a fast, brisk hike or a walk or something like that, it only stands to reason. You're going to burn more calories, and it's going to pay off for you in the long run. But any kind of exercise is going to improve your blood pressure and control your blood sugar levels and build strong muscles and bones. The older you get, that's the key phrase, build strong muscles and bones. It is so easy to slip and fall. I was just walking through the village yesterday, and it was dark, and I didn't realize that I was stepping off the curb, and I went blah, blah, blah. I didn't fall, but I could have very easily fallen. And at my age, I can't afford to fall, because I don't want to break a bone. I don't want to break a hip. I don't, whatever. I have new knees. I don't need to get I don't want to get a new hip at the same time. But it's just as Smart Points value recognizes that not all calories are equal, Fit Point 2 recognizes that 100 calories burned walking is not the same as 100 calories burned lifting weights or training with weights. it's completely different. Just like 100 calories of cookies is not the same as 100 calories of chicken. You have to really think about either way of how the balance of things are. It's common sense. It just really is just common sense. Their new formula nudges you to add strength training, weightlifting, resistance training, body weight moves, and higher intensity activities. They suggest like running, interval training, and just, change it up. I do like when I am doing it, when I am exercising the right way. I like that I do the water aerobics on Mondays and Wednesdays, and then walk on Tuesdays, Thursdays, Fridays, and Saturdays. I haven't been doing that. But I have been doing the water aerobics on Mondays and Wednesdays, but I haven't been doing the walking. I do have some weights by the side of my bed, and I'll be honest with you, I'm getting very lackadaisical about that too. I need to do that a little bit more. You lose a little bit of muscle mass as you get older anyhow, but that doesn't mean that you can't somewhat try to strengthen the little bit you do have left. Not that you have a little bit left, I shouldn't say that. But it's just better the older you get, the more exercise. If you look at people like Regis Philbin, I think he's 91. You see him walking down the street, I bet you that man can outwalk me. I mean, because he goes to the gym every day, he exercises, he does weight training, he does lifting, he does all of the stuff. Now granted, he's got the money, he can have a personal trainer, but you don't necessarily need a personal trainer. You can go into the gyms, they'll show you what you need to do, and you just can be your own personal trainer. It's always better to have a personal trainer because they really make you work. But if you can't afford one, you can make allowances for that, and you can do what you want. You'll earn more strength training. You'll earn more points with strength training and higher intensity activities than with lower intensity activities. I don't like the new formulas they have. I liked it before that I could put the steps and tie into my Fitbit and sync with that. I mean, I can still sync with my Fitbit, but now you have to like look for the thing to say, whether it's a light intensity, a moderate intensity, a heavy intensity, which makes sense because, like you can say, well, I went for a walk, that's 20 points. Or I went for a walk, and that's 20 points. I mean, because obviously the a faster pace that you walk, the more calories and more strength you're going to be building up. And it does make sense in that regard. What they were complaining about at the meeting is Weight Watchers, or WW, is kind of leading you toward doing everything online, doing everything with your phone or with your computer. A lot of people just, like older people, just don't want to have a phone that has all of that stuff. They don't want a smartphone. They're just fine with the phone they have, or they just don't want to be online. And there's no way to figure out your points for Fit if you don't have the app. So they're kind of pushing you toward the app. I know I'm a bit of a conspiracy theory type of person, but we're tracked so much in our everyday life. Like Kroger sends me coupons for the food that I buy because they've tracked it because they have an app that you can get like free coupons, download coupons, and then they track you and see what you buy. And then they send you coupons, and it's like they know what you buy. There's so many people that know everything about you. I think they know more about you than you do. But that's the way of the world now. It really is. I was just having this conversation with my son the other day. I find that there's so many problems with young children nowadays. I know that when I went to school, everybody had that one child in your class that was a little hyperactive. Really, everybody had one. But nobody had like 7 or 8 or 9 kids in a class that were like that. I brought peanut butter and jelly sandwiches to lunch every single day of my life because that was my favorite meal. I didn't like bringing lunch meat. And I loved egg salad, but then by the time you had it in your locker, it would stink. And how is it that you could have had an egg salad sandwich in the locker all day and you never got sick? But now you can't do that. I don't understand that. But why are so many people allergic to peanut butter now? There was nobody allergic to peanut butter that I was aware of when I was growing up. So I really think it's the additives we're putting in the foods that are not healthy. And like even, like if you go to McDonald's. When I used to go to McDonald's when I was younger, that if you wanted to have a hamburger, if they hadn't just freshly made a hamburger, you had to wait till they made a new batch. Now, they keep them in a little oven, and they're using like a ton of preservatives in it. And I just think all that stuff is not healthy for you. I just fear for my grandchildren, the kind of health issues they're going to have when they get older. I really do. It's just, I think that not so much my generation, but my generation is pretty healthy. But like my mother's generation, they live to be like, if you look around, most of the people like our age that are parents, My mother only was my mother was 82, but that's pretty good. There's my Uncle Ken was 96. My Aunt Marge was 94. My Aunt Rose was 93. I don't think I'm going to live to be into my 90s, and I definitely don't think my children are going to live to be into their 90s. And unless something comes around, my grandchildren are never going to see their 70s. I worry. I just really worry. So I got off track. I'm sorry. Got off track. But anyway, that's in a nutshell. We need to get out and move. We need to get more exercising. I'm sorry about the rant about the preservatives and the way things are nowadays. I probably should have paid a little more attention at the meeting, and you would have had a better meeting today. This was not really my bestest meeting. Not even my bestest English. So, but anyway, this is what the meeting was about. Basically, getting out, getting on that bike, getting walking, cross-country skiing, sledding, tobogganing, ice skating. There's so many things you can do. So let me know what you do for exercise. And if you think somebody might like this video, share it with them. And leave a comment. Tell me your thoughts on this. Talk to you guys on my daily vlog. Okay, I'm sure I got the right card today. I made a point of it. But this is for a white bean, corn, cauliflower, and kale soup. The only thing I don't think I would like is the kale, but you know what? I could substitute broccoli, I think, for that. And it looks like it serves 8 and it's only 1 point. Looks pretty easy, too. And if I do try this one, I just made a recipe today of pasta fagioli, and I already have chili in the freezer, so this will be a little bit before I make it, but this is definitely a card that I'm going to keep and probably try this recipe. But other than the kale, it doesn't look too bad. If you do try it, let me know how you like it.